Shabbat Shalom, brothers and sisters of Zion. This is Laura Yah coming to you from Kingdom Come, Daughters of Zion Ministry. I'd like to first say all praise and honor and glory to the Most High, YAHWAH, BAHASHEM, YAHWAHSHI. This is a Sabbath day, and we do keep it holy. Our thoughts are not our thoughts. Our ways are not our ways. We sing praises to the Most High, and we get edification and get into the scriptures, and we learn doctrine and precepts, line upon line, here a little and there a little, precept upon precept, and we get into the word of the Most High, having our holy convocation with our men that are the priests of our households, and because we understand who we are, the children of Israel, representing the tribes of the sons of Jacob. And so, Shalom to everyone. And what I'm doing is this is part 3 of the offering regulations for the daughters of Zion. As you see in my hand, what I'm holding is a staff. This is a rod, as an example, as the one that Moses carried as he was out in the wilderness with the children of Israel. And this is what he used to, when he was given a command from the Most High, when the Most High said, strike the rock with your rod, he struck the rock, and then there came water forth for the children, because they were grumbling, and through the desert, when the Lord was walking with them, and just wanting them to be obedient. Okay, but everywhere where they camped, and I'm going to put this down right now, Salakia, they had regulations, and there were holy high days that they would have to keep as a result of who they were, because they were the Most High's children and the remnant, set apart for the Most High. They were the apple of his eye, meaning us, the children of Israel of the 12 tribes, and the strangers and Gentiles that sojourned with them. They all had to keep the commandments of the Most High, which was on the 7th day of the week, which Babylon calls Saturday. We keep that day because the regulations that I'm getting ready to talk about tie right in with why we keep the Sabbath every 7 days too. Because when the Lord made the universe, he created the Sabbath on the 7th day. So the only way the people of that time were able to count time was according to the new moons. Okay, there was the Enoch calendar. There were only 10 months in the year, and there were, like Yahushua says in the New Testament, did I not tell you there were 12 hours in one day, or in a day? So they kept their timing according to the new moons, and according to every Sabbath they would count the days. That's how, the only way they were able to keep up with it. So without further ado, I'd like to mention that I'm coming from the book of Numbers, chapter 28 and 29, which defines and breaks down the high holy days. Now, the priests and the men, the Akim, they would go out and they would blow the shofar, which I am not supposed to do because I'm not a priest. This is not my duty to do, ladies. This is what the men are to do. Okay, the blowing the trumpet, the shofar, this is actually a ram's horn that came out of the ram's head. That is a real ram's horn. If you could see it, it's a small one, and these are designed to be blown on the inside during the high holy days, especially, the Passover, which is Passat, and what we are now going through, the Feast of Weeks, or the Feast of First Fruits. And so, and we're counting the Feast of Weeks. We're in the second Sabbath of the Feast of Weeks. And so they are to sound which is going to be called the alarm or the seventh trumpet in the book of Revelation, to let us know that YAHWAHSHI, the Son of the Most High, Yah, is coming back through the clouds for war. Okay, so this Salakia, for turning my back, this ministry is called Kingdom Come, and it was purposefully named that because these are the end times, I believe, and I want to bring the daughters up to be worthy to stand with their men, the Akim, and the kings in the new kingdom. They are going to be kings, and the women will be the queens that follow the laws, the commandments, and the statutes and ordinances that the Most High put in place from the beginning of the world, okay, for our good and not our bad. When he comes back, he's going to deal with the enemies that were against him. So where I left off was we talked about the daily offerings in the video before this, which was the food and drink offering, and in in backing up here, just starting over a little bit, I just wanted to say that what I do, since I don't have a farm or farm animals, they used to use, a ram, a lamb, bull, or a kid goat that they would have to, cut to bring the meat offering and put and burn it, and use the blood to sprinkle the altar, which was the duty of the priest and Aaron and his sons. They had specific duties that women don't do. But what the women can do is help to prepare, your meals. What I do, metaphorically speaking, um, I pretty much, my morning meal and my evening meal, I just uh, say to the Lord, this is my burnt offering and this is my drink offering, for you giving us the earth and the land to yield fruit for us to eat, and for our nutrition, and to give us life in our bodies, and for the use of our hands. So we bless the earth and the air and the water. And thank you, for this day, to give you praise for the food and the drink offering. So that is what I do. Some people on the videos, they actually crank up their grills and do make a burnt offering, and they go get a lamb or a bull, wherever they can get that kind of meat from. If they have a farm or something, they literally go through the rituals. But again, we're in the land of our captivity, so it's kind of hard to do it. If you I like me, I live in the city. I can't drag a bull through here and just cut him up in my backyard, you know the result of what would happen there. So on also, there is the next offering is called the Sabbath offering, as today we are observing the Holy Sabbath, which is the seventh day of the week. On this day, our words are not our words, our thoughts are not our thoughts. We get into scripture, we have a holy convocation, which the men of our house, which are our priest of our homes, um, they preside over the home, the family, over the wife, and they teach us the word of the Most High, and they teach us precept upon precept, which are the scriptures, line upon line, here a little, there a little, so that we are edified and that we are taught by them, because the priests are the men that are the only ones that are able to teach the word, because YAHWAHSHI came to the lost sheep of Israel first, and they are the ones that are given the special secrets of the Most High, that are also given the wisdom to break down the uh, Tanakh in the way that the Most High gave them the ability to do, because they only have those secrets, no one else. I don't care what anyone tells you, that is not true. The Achaim, the elders, the elect, the 12 tribes of Israel, the men of the book, the remnant, the 144,000, they are all the same, the Achaim, okay? These are the prophets that are on the four corners of the earth. These are the men that are bringing forth this truth of the 12 tribes of Israel, that are the only men that are given. The Lord gave them special wisdom and secrets to break down the scriptures to teach everyone else. I hope everyone can get this. This is not putting them high on the hog, but it is, they are, a special people. All of us, the children of Israel, are a special treasure unto the Most High. We are a special treasure unto the Lord, a priesthood, a holy priesthood, a peculiar people, a holy nation. So we have to be holy because he said, be holy. And so without further ado, so every Sabbath we have to do a burnt offering, okay, and a drink offering, which requires us to, if you read in the book of Numbers 28 and 29, you will read as to what to do. But what I do is I use my meals to give my homage to the Most High for that purpose. And I also burn my incense here because it's a sweet aroma to the Most High. And I burn the frankincense. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find it here. Salakia, I must have misplaced it right just now, but without further ado, and there is some raw um, frankincense that I also burn on a charcoal sometimes, which is very strong. So you only need just a teeny rock, really, because it'll smell up your whole house, but it has a very distinctive smell. You can actually get this online. There are sisters in Ethiopia where this grows rapid, like, grass, and they ship it to the U.S., and so a lot of people burn the actual frankincense, but there's other actually the priest and the sons of Aaron were the ones that really made the aromas for the altar that went into the Holy of Holies. But I'm just speaking of in terms of in your household on these holy days, you can use frankincense, incense, so that I wish I could find the. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm trying to. I just had it. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. Salakia. This is the frankincense and myrrh that I'm talking about. These were very precious, you know, rocks that come out of a tree. They're grown off out of these special trees only in Africa, okay, in a certain region, and oh, it smells amazing. It is just wonderful. But I burn these in my home, as you can see. I have it burning here as a sweet aroma to the Most High. So, anyway, so you know, on the Sabbath, every Sabbath, I also commit my meals to the Most High in this fashion for this purpose to say, Lord, please, you know, take this in the spirit as it is given, because we are in spiritual Egypt. Okay, this is the land of bondage. We are in captivity. It's hard to. I don't live on a farm, so I can't. I wish I did, you know, and that is what I'm trying to allude to, is that, you know, if you can, and I'm not telling you what to do, because my goal is to get outside of the city and to get out somewhere where I can be free to have farm, you know, a farm and some farm animals and a crop, so that I can grow my own food and be pretty much self-sufficient off the grid, so that I can serve the Most High in the way that he prescribed in the Old Testament. And so the next offering that I'm going to talk about is called the monthly offering. Okay, and that is also a burnt offering at the beginning of your month. So this is to be done, and it's a drink offering that's required. I'm sorry. So this is to be done at the beginning of every month. Okay, so we of course have 12 months on the Julian and the Gregorian calendar. So you know, you can use your discernment. I uh, am starting to practice this on according to the Enoch calendar, which are the 10 months, okay, the 10-month calendar that the Most High wants us to be and conform to, because that's only going to keep us on the right structure and pattern, with being sure that we observe, because it says, be careful to observe all of my feast at their appointed times. So if we have to be careful, because we could miss them, fall short, or something. So it is a lot of studying, ladies. I know it is. And what I'm going to do is my goal this week is to work on the dates and times and give you the actual months in according to this Gregorian calendar, so you'll know dates and you know um, that will correspond with the Enoch calendar, to make it make sense to everyone, to help you along, so that we are careful to observe these on the right days and months. Okay, so the monthly offering, that required burnt offerings as well, of a ram, a lamb, a bull, or a kid, a goat, as well as the drink offerings. Now, these were at the beginnings of every month. Okay, so again, however you choose to do it, you can get these. You know, I know they sell lamb and goat in stores, or if you go sometimes to the country, they have farms that sell. Or factories that even have retail stores where you can go in, or call them before you go and find out if they even sell these products. Or there's butchery shops. I know there's kosher shops that sell this meat as well. So you could check online, and they can send it to you. And this way you can have it, and you can crank up your grill, or if you have a smoker or some kind of pit in your backyard, you can do this in a ritualistic way to the Most High, and have it in your yard if it's a nice day outside or something. So that you can be, you know, pretty creative as to how you do it, or inside of your home if it's a rainy day and you need to do it on your stove, you can actually crank up a you know um, maybe if you have a hot stove, or you know something, a gas stove where there's fire. If you really want the fire, is what I'm saying, you can just crank up your gas stove. But nonetheless, it's what's in your heart. See, Slovakia, because the Most High told the children of Israel when they went through the desert, when they were going sojourning through the desert, he said, listen, he said, you know, I took you through these 40 years through the desert to see what was in your heart, so I wanted to test you. So it's our hearts that really matter. That's why I'm saying metaphorically, and my previous videos concerning the offering regulations and times, it's really what you're able to do in this modern day world. Okay, so in the next video, part 4, I'm going to be covering the Passover, the Feast of Weeks, the Feast of Trumpets, and